We are finally getting the Crater Lake to Shelter Cove section done. It is a bit early, so long story short, this has been in the works for a while now. It was supposed to be a Tramley reunion. Foxtail, Senate, and I were supposed to do it together. And Foxtail had some family stuff come up, and so he had to bow out. So it's just Senate and I going. I'll explain why he's not in the car in a bit. But anyway, so we're doing it this early in June because it was the time that Foxtail could do it with the rest of our schedules. So Senna and I were questioning, well, with how bad the snow is, do we just want to wait then? Because we don't have Foxtail doing it with us, so we can do it earlier, or we can do it whenever we need. But all in all, we were already ready, planned everything. She was already down to drive us down, and so anyway, we're doing it this early. There will be lots of snow. It'll be interesting, although we've been hiking through snow so much in Washington lately that it should be fine. But the game plan is she's gonna drive us down, well, drive me down to Shelter Cove, and Senna's driving in a separate car down to Shelter Cove. He's gonna drop his car there. We're gonna pick him up, and then we're gonna go all the way down to Crater Lake, and then we're gonna hike from Crater up to Shelter Cove. We are not sticking with the PCT. We are gonna hopefully do the Crater Lake Rim Trail. Looking at all the waypoints and stuff on Far Out, it looks like we're the only ones going to be hiking, but we'll see what happens when we actually get there. It's a bit early. Most people don't start hiking Crater Lake until July, so yeah, that's a long update. Anything you want to say? This is, I think, your first video in a while of being in it. How's your knee? Anything you want to say?
I don't know if they know.
I mentioned it.
Oh, did you?
I mentioned that she got her ACL and MCL torn, so she had surgery, which is why she's not been in the videos, because she hasn't been able to be hiking.
I can barely walk.
Yeah, so you're better now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of therapy.
Lots and lots of therapy.
Lots of therapy.
Yeah, recently I had a knee issue come up, so we'll see if it spikes its head. I could barely walk on Sunday, and now it's Wednesday, so 80 miles, let's go! That's okay, there's lots of outs if needed. So we'll see.
I'm only 8 hours away. I can go get you.
Yep. It should be an adventure. Let's just say that. All right, we are back on trail. It is snowy already. A little sketchy. I think trail was that way, but not sure. Woo. It's already mosquito hell. We literally ran out of the car, basically. I forgot how horrible it is in Oregon, but we did not make it before the ranger station closed. We made it right when they were closing up, and the permit station was closed, so the fish biologist had to help us by writing our contact info down, and he's like, you'll be fine. He's like, in the morning I'll get you a permit. He's like, you won't have one on hand, but you can call. Ooh, blowdowns, let's go. We're excited. We're making really good time, so we're excited to see if we can catch the sunset on the rim. That'll be so cool on the lake. So anyway, see you guys up at the rim. So many mozzies. Again, you can see them. Oh my gosh. They're just like little floating glowing specks. No thank you. But the view, so crazy. Oh my gosh. Whew. Now on to just hiking while we enjoy this wonderful view. Ooh, the sun looks so nice. Last year on the PCT, we got off out of our car right here to come check out this view, and you could not
see anything because it was all smoke. And now this view is amazing. There's actually not that many mosquitoes here too. Because of the wind. It's pretty nice. Well, it is the end of the day. We are finally at camp. It's been a little spooky. I went off to use the restroom, and while I was using the restroom, all of a sudden I heard this like big clumping, rustling noise. And I thought it was a person coming towards me, and so I go, "Hey, excuse me," just so you know I'm there, right? And then two glowing eyes looked at me and then looked away and went away. So I don't know what it was. I'm a little spooked, but I got to send it over there.
No.
Brush on his teeth. So I think it'll be fine. Also, this is very spooky lighting. There, that's better. Yeah, we made it to where we wanted to go today, mileage-wise. So that's pretty good. A little sore, but that's to be expected anytime starting out. So Crater Lake is amazing. So I think for my gritty for today is just my knees readjusting and also getting spooked. But my pretty for today is definitely Crater Lake, and I cannot wait. We're getting up early and hitting the sunrise, so it might be a bit before I do my good morning, but it's gonna be epic. So it's nice. Can't wait to show you what it looks like not at night. Got some pretty cool and epic sunset photos though. Anyway, that's that. We're at the end of the day. We're both exhausted. It's 10:30, 11 probably, and we just want to go to bed. So I'm gonna go to bed. It's gonna be windy, cold, so got my ice axe right next to me in case. So yeah. Good morning. Look at this view. So we're finally back up to the rim trail. We're taking a little break. It's super early. It's like 5:36 in between then. Just gives us an ample amount of time to do hiking today. But look at this view. It's so pretty. I'm so happy we did the rim alternate instead of sticking with the PCT for this. This is pretty epic. Last night we walked on the road instead of the trail because it was so dark that we didn't want to risk slipping on the snow, and also the rangers, when we went and got our permits, they suggested to stay on the road for some of it, and also it meant it would get faster to camp, and we were just so tired. It was like 10 p.m. by that point, so we were like, well, let's just do that. And also it was still so epic because you couldn't see this view, but you got to see the view on the other side and the sunset, and the stars were really pretty last night. Couldn't get any photos of them, but they were pretty epic. Anyway, yeah, I'm exhausted. I didn't get much sleep last night. Something kept like stomping around our tent last night, and it kept freaking me out. So I slept with my ice axe right next to me. I was like, this is not happening. So yeah, I don't know how Sunday slept, but we'll see. We are planning to do, oh, look at the bird, so cool. I don't see the bird. The bird in the way. I don't know if we can zoom, but oh, it's right there. So cool. Anyway, we're planning to do 22, more like 23 to 26 miles today, depending on how we feel. I'm feeling pretty good. Normally when you sleep, it kind of resets your body, so let's see. But we have ample time, so that'll be nice. We can go kind of as slow as we want to go. So that's the beauty. Everyone, whenever you mention how much you hike in a day, they're always like, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, if your body gets used to it, it's literally, the average person hikes 1.5 to 2 miles per day, or like mile per hour. So like, it's just, you got an ample amount of hours in the day, so you just, what else are you supposed to do when you're backpacking? There's nothing else to do except hike and then enjoy your campsite. So I don't know, when you start building up your speed, it's like you get, if you were only doing 15 miles, you would get there by noon, and then what are you supposed to do? Just sit around camp? Your body's used to it, and you can build up to it, go further. This is definitely the most mileage we've done since the PCT, so this will be interesting. I think the total is like 80 miles for this section, so it should be pretty interesting. So we might be getting some water caches today. We'll probably end up stopping by our first possible campsite, which would be a dry site, and then we might continue till Mount Thielsen Spring, and then we might camp there. So that will be the further mileage. So we'll see what our bodies can do. I think, if I remember looking at the elevation correctly, that the elevation we did yesterday was actually the biggest slope and highest grade of trail, so that'll be nice to get that kind of out of the way. I mean, we'll see something similar, but I don't think as bad as what we had yesterday, and it wasn't too bad. We've gotten used to hiking in Washington now, and that grade is pretty steep in Washington. So anyway, we haven't had breakfast yet. We'll probably have it down trail. It's getting kind of long, so it's moving. But look at this view. So epic. So epic. So worth it. Felt nice to be sleeping under the stars again. Well, we just did the split off and did a 0.5 up to the Watchman Tower up by Crater Lake, the Watchman Trail Junction. Oh, it was so pretty. Super snowy, super cold and windy, but so pretty. We had some breakfast up there. It was pretty epic. Now we're join the Rim Trail. And then I think we're actually gonna road walk the rest of the rim, almost the rest of the Rim Trail, just because the road was a little bit flatter and elevation-wise, and the Rim Trail is so snowy, and we've heard there's a lot of blowdowns towards the end of it, so we might just have better luck on the road. Plus, it will spit us out right where a water cache would be. So, and we are both at 3/4 of a liter right now. So, gotta get more water, especially because there's a stretch of trail with no water sources. So we're relying on caches. We did actually store our own cache at one of the roads, but one we're going to is not ours actually. We just saw some far out comments saying that there was still water from last season, so hoping that still remains true. We're walking on snow currently, and it's really cold, but we're enjoying it. My knee, I don't know if I mentioned, but my knee really started to hurt over the weekend before this. In fact, to the point where Son and I weren't sure if we were gonna do this, but there's so many outs in case. Anyway, it's starting to really hurt, especially on downs or anything jarring, so I should really use my poles right now. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I might end up hunkering down at a road until she can turn around and come get me. We shall see. Anyway, I'm gonna go as far as I can. That mountain right there is Mount Fielsen. We are hopefully going to be camping at the base of it tonight. It's a bit of a trek. So, gotta get moving. We just finished the Crater Lake rim, and now we're back on the PCT, reunited at last. We hit the cache where the rim hits the PCT, grabbed a leader. Should be plenty to take us all the way to the stuff we actually cached in about 9 miles. So yeah, should be pretty good. It's basically flat from here to there, so that should be nice. Lots of mozzies though. Whew. And lots of snow, so it's kind of just pick your path. Anyway, being beaten, so I'm gonna go. Well, I thought I would update you guys on what's happened since I last filmed anything. Well, we are right now at the North Crater trailhead. Yeah, has picnic tables, which is what I'm on, pit toilet. It's where we cached our water, just off the highway. It's a little bit further down trail and over. But I am stopping here. Senate is not. He's gonna keep going.
Keep sending.
Keep sending. I'm gonna stop here. The plan was for me to stay here. You know, we have enough water from our water cache that I'll be fine. And there's a pit toilet, and there's, you know, a picnic table, and there's a place to sit on my tent. Like, I would have been absolutely fine. And then he was gonna finish and then come get me. But for safety reasons, I had to let my parents know that I was gonna stop. Otherwise, they wouldn't know what to expect when my tracking point was not moving. So we had a little bit of service just a couple miles back, and so I called them when I made the decision. And my mom was insistent of coming to get me. I even told her multiple times in multiple different ways not to. So even though she drove all the way down and dropped us off, she's driving back again, even though she got home at 2 a.m. last night. She's driving back. She'll be here at around 8:30 or 9 tonight. She had to cancel appointments. I'm so mad at her. I mean, I'm really happy and thankful for her, and I love her, but I would have been fine. I had enough food, I had enough water. Well, I should have enough water. I could make it work. But anyway, update on the why I'm staying here is my knee. So, like I mentioned before, it's been hurting. And it got to the point where every blowdown and every little patch of snow that we had, even though there was no up or down in elevation, it hurts so bad. In fact, I can barely lift it right now. There's no way I could put myself through that and risk further injury, and there's no way I can send it through that, having to deal with that. It's just not fair. It's not fair to him. I'm just really glad that he can continue hiking and not have it really affect him at all. The highway, it's more easily accessible. And I do plan on coming and finishing this section if it's the last thing I do. And if I'm gonna do that, it might just make sense to just end here before I really cause a serious injury and have to do SOS. And it's also part of hiking is making sure that you're not going to put others in danger by your decisions. And I don't want to send it in a dangerous position because of me. I don't want to have to hit SOS and have people come rescue me when they could be rescuing other people, when mine is literally just a stubborn decision of my own, when I know I really shouldn't be continuing. So I'm biding my pride. I'm gonna stay here. Sucks because the same signs that are happening to my knee are the same ones that happened to my other knee before I needed surgery. So this might put me out of commission from work, from hiking for the summer. So I might not be able to finish trail this year. So I set up my tent without the rain flag because I was just gonna pack up in a couple hours and then head back to the road where I'll wait for my mom to come pick me up. But I've been watching the sky and I don't know if you can see, but we got some gray clouds. And when Senate and I first, like 4 days ago, checked the weather forecast for this trip, it was supposed to be raining and thunderstorming every single night. It didn't happen yesterday, but I figured, oh, I should check the Garmin thing because I see some clouds. Yeah, it's supposed to rain. If today could not have gone south even more, with that, I am in the car on the way home. It is 10 p.m. I'm with my wonderful mother, TP. She got me food and drink, which I'm really happy for. I think I'm gonna leave it there. We're not gonna get home until like 4 a.m. So, super tired. With that, we will see you on the trails.